So this is my DragonMaid's Guardragon deck. As you can see, I'm using 2 of Flamey, 2 of Luft, 2 of Fluss. Let me explain. I'm only using 2 because I'm using them as tech. You know, they're just there because they have decent effects that you could use. They're not the main effects that I want to use in the deck. They just have decent effects. Like, for example, Flamey has the quick effect of you can discard this card and target 1 DragonMaid monster you control. It gains 2,000 attack until end turn. That's nice. It gains, not that it becomes. It gains, so obviously you can target one of your big dragons and make them even bigger. Right? But you can also use it on one of your weaker dragons and make them halfway decent attackers. But using them on one of your big dragons, oh man. Power. 2 Lufts. You can discard this card, only during your turn, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. This turn, that target cannot activate its effects that activate on the field. If it was a quick effect, well, that'd be epic, because essentially it would be a Veiler, but it only works on your turn. But the ability to shut off one of your opponent's monster effects for the turn is always useful, especially if that effect is preventing you from even playing your deck. So, you know, in case you plan to search and this, that, and the third, you might want to shut down the effect of a monster that's preventing you from searching. And then we have 2 Fluss. You can discard this card, target 1 monster in your graveyard, and shuffle into the deck. Because of this particular effect, you can, obviously reuse a lot of your monsters by targeting your monsters with this effect in order to reuse them, especially your extra deck monsters. Like reuse your Guardragons by putting them back into the extra deck. Also being used this to put any of your big dragons back into your deck, so you can reuse them, especially if you're gonna like search them out or something. So you can discard Fluss and then add Erdi from your graveyard back into your deck, and then you'll be able to use Tilrol's effect when you summon her, search out Eldri, and then discard another DragonMaid from your hand, and then now you have Erdi in your hand to do what you want to do. So you can see Erdi has a quick effect. You can discard this card, special summon 1 level 4 lower DragonMaid monster from your hand. That's very useful. Because most of your DragonMaids are level 3s and level 2s, and they get their effects whether they're normal or special, so that's useful. In fact, you could discard this on either player's turn and get the effect of discarding special summoning level 4 lore DragonMaid monster from your hand. Then you can use then we have a DragonMaid Parla. When she's normal or special, you can send 1 DragonMaid monster from your deck to the graveyard. So this is the your Foolish Burrow. Most of your big dragons have graveyard effects. At the end of the battle phase, you can return this. I meant to say, the little ones have the effect that when you enter the battle phase. At the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to your hand. If you do special summon a level 8 DragonMaid monster, or level 7, depending on which one says that, 8 or 7 monster from your hand or graveyard. So if you use this, Parla's ability to send one of your level 8 dragons to the graveyard. Then when you enter battle phase, that'd be the start, you'll be able to add her back to the hand in order to bring back the 8-star dragon from your graveyard onto the field. And now you have a big dragon to attack with, to fight with. We have DragonMaid Tilroy. Again, when you normal special summon her, you draw, you search out a DragonMaid monster from your deck to your hand, and then you send one DragonMaid monster from your hand to the graveyard. The one you add to your hand, you can send it to a graveyard if you want. So essentially, it's like milling the monster. And she has the ability that at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to your hand, and if you do, special summon a level 8 DragonMaid monster from your hand or graveyard. So that's very useful. The fact that the little ones can swap out and give you the big ones is similar to Cosmos. So it's like Cosmos Dragon will just combine. We have DragonMaid Nazari. She has the effect when she's normal special summon. You can target a level 4 or lower DragonMaid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So that's very useful, the ability to get back one of your level 4 or lower DragonMaids. So obviously when you can special summon Nazare with the from your hand, like let's say it's in your hand, with the effect of DragonMaid Erdi, and then get Nazare's ability to let you bring back from your graveyard level 4 lower DragonMaid monster, and you can bring back, you know, Tilroy or Parla, bring them back and then trigger their effects. Then we have DragonMaid Reception as a continuous spell card. Monsters you control gain 100 attack and defense for each DragonMaid monster you control. So let's say you have 5 DragonMaid monsters. That means all your monsters gain 500 attack. Yeah. So that's very useful. But the main thing of this card is if you control 2 or more DragonMaid monsters, you can target one DragonMaid card in your graveyard, except DragonMaid Reception, and add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of DragonMaid Reception once per turn, so that's a hard once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard this turn, your opponent cannot target DragonMaid monsters you control with card effects. So that's very useful. It says if this card is sent to the graveyard, so you can even send it from your deck to the graveyard and then make it where your opponent can't target your DragonMaid monsters with card effects. So that's very useful, the ability to do that. So you'll use this to, you know, obviously get a lot of your big dragons back to your hand and be able to utilize their effects. Especially, you know, the quick effect one, like Erde. You also have Flamey, which has a quick effect. So you'll be able to use it on either player's turn. So being able to obviously add the big ones back to your hand, you'll be able to add Fluss back to your hand, for example, and then use Fluss to recycle anything you need to put back in your deck, including, you know, extra deck monsters that you might need to reuse. So it kind of makes almost everything infinite. I love that. Then we have World Legacy Guardragon. It's a continuous spell card that lets you special summon. When you activate this card, you can target one level 4 lower dragon monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand or special summon it. The most common thing you're going to do with this is special summon it, because you do get their effects when they're special summoned, so why not, right? And then this also has a second effect where once per turn you can move a dragon you control in back up, to a main monster zone. So that's very useful. So let's see. The fact that it's a continuous spell card, you know, it's very useful, as well as the DragonMaid reception. But the main thing is the World Legacy Guardragon being a continuous spell card, because once you use it and do what you do with it, you can use a Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres to use this effect, tributing itself, or tributing any other of your monsters if you want. But the main thing you want to do with this is you want to tribute this, and then tribute itself for its effect, and then bounce back your World Legacy Guardragon back to your hand. So that way next turn you can play it and bring back a level 4 lore, so that we can reuse it just by recycling your sphere. Alright. Moving on. Instant Fusion. Obviously, your target for that would be Dark Flare Dragon. It's a level 4 dragon, so that'd be useful for summoning, your guard dragons, specifically Pisty and Elfie. But you could also use it to bring out Arcapane, which is what I typically do. I play Instant Fusion to bring out Dark Flare Knight with a dragon that I already have, then use both dragons to, make Arcapane. Magical Mallet to recycle your hand, obviously for more consistent hands. So it acts like extra copies of cards in the deck. Red Reboot, self-explanatory. Solemn Strike, self-explanatory. Venus Chain, obviously good card defensively, and the effect negating. Plus it's continuous, which means you can bounce it back to your hand with Heretic Seal's ability. And then Red Screen, again, it's continuous, defensive. You can attack, your opponent can't attack. It's my basic floodgate, and I can bounce it back with Heretic Seal's ability, so I don't have to lose the 1000 or my end phase, so I have infinite defense. Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is just a good combo piece, especially for link summoning. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, reusable. Reborn ability, of course, and this is a dragon deck, and you can bring them out with LP from the deck onto the field, use the ability among other things, or if it's already in the graveyard, you can bring it back with Pisty. So many things you can do. We got 2 Heretic Seals, better than having just 1. Even though I have the ability to recycle, I still rather have 2, because sometimes you use 1 to combo off and link climb, and then you need to make a second one, so gotta have 2. Nightmare Phoenix, most of these monsters have different names. Obviously, Nightmare Cerberus, pretty self-explanatory, good cards. Arcapane, Pisty, Elfie, they're guard dragons. You should know how to do the combos. If not, I do have a combo video that shows how to use them. 2 Dark Flare Knights for the Instant Fusion. This is a Dragon Fusion, which is interesting because you can summon this with Arcapane's ability. You can bring out Trident with Arcapane. You can bring out Savage Dragon, Crystal Wing, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, and Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. You can read their effects, relatively self-explanatory of what you'll do with them. And that's the end of the video.